Well, hello, and welcome to another lesson of the Focus on Storyblok course. I am Marcelo Lewin, the Headless creator. As always, there it is, my name, my email. Feel free to reach out to me, ask any questions. I'll get back to you within 24 hours. If you have any ideas that you'd like for me to stream live, please feel free to send those as well. I always like to build my queue for the future. As most of you know, today, or actually you don't know because I didn't say it yet, but today my guest presenter is Siavash Moazzami Bahid. He's back for the third time, but not for the last time. Still got one more to go. He's a content marketer at Storyblok, and he's going to show us how to work with backups, versions, and releases in Storyblok. All of these things are very important for your projects. So we'll get to that in just a minute. You're going to meet Siavash in just a second. But as always, you know how this works. I'm going to go ahead and tell you real quick to go and sign up at headlesscreator.com. Get your free account. I'm shooting for 1,000 registered users by the end of the year, and I'm almost there. I'm about to hit 800 this month. So this is really good news. Thank you to all of you that register. I really appreciate it. But once you register, it's free registration. You'll have access not only to the Focus on Storyblok course with all of the lessons that you see here, lots of lessons by lots of presenters, but you also have access to the content modeling weekly course, the Discover Headless Tech course. All of this is available to you for free. So go ahead, register for your free account. And I really appreciate you doing that. All right, enough of the marketing. You know how this works. I'm going to go ahead and restart the intro because the on-demand version has absolutely no marketing. And we'll bring on Siavash in just a second right after that. So we'll see you all in just 10 seconds. Well, hello, and welcome to another lesson of the Focus on Storyblok course. I am Marcelo Lewin, the Headless creator. As always, you can get a hold of me right there, Marcelo at headlesscreator.com. Send me any questions, feedback, comments. If you have ideas for future lessons, please feel free to email me. I'd love to hear from you. Today, we're going to talk about three very important topics: backups, versions, and releases in Storyblok. And when I say we, I really mean Siavash, because he's the pro here behind all this stuff. I'm just the host. But Siavash is back third time, and he'll be presenting on all of that. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring Siavash here. Hello, sir.
Hey, Marcelo. How are you doing?
Good. How are you? Welcome back.
Good. Thank you. It's great to be here again. And
third time.
Everyone. Third time, yes.
Third time, definitely. But not the last time. We have another one coming up that you're going to be doing on content governance, which is really exciting. It's something I'm very passionate about. So I'm really looking forward to that. But I'm glad to have you back. I normally ask, how did you get into technology and all that stuff? But people can look at all your other presentations because you already told us all that stuff. But I just have two questions for you that are a bit more personal. The first one is, if you weren't in technology, right? Let's say there was no internet, there was no headless CMSs. Oh my God, can you believe that, right? But let's just pretend. What would you be doing?
So I'm going to give you two short answers to that. One kind of based in reality and one just in a fantasy land, right? So I guess based on reality, I would be doing what I was doing before, which means I would be working in the university as a researcher, right? So mainly doing research. And if it's just, fantasy land and I can do whatever I want, then I actually think I would be a farmer because I just enjoy it so much. And
really?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a piece of land here, but I still try to, grow my tiny herb garden and everything. And I just love it. It's a joy.
Now, any specific animals you'd have in that farm that you would like? I mean, let's continue with Fantasyland. Why not? I have my own Fantasyland.
Well, it's a fantasy land. How about dragons, right? But I think
Oh,
a couple of cows, couple of pigs, nothing fancy.
okay. So you like being outdoors and the
Mhm.
nature and all of that.
Very
Okay.
much, yes.
And now, researcher-wise, I know you were a researcher, right? Nancy? So
Mhm.
what kind of research were you involved in?
Uh, Very different stuff. It depends. It really was up to my professors and the kind of projects they did. But for example, the last thing I did before switching jobs was I was working with a group of computer scientists and musicians, and they were doing a research on tango. So basically, what they were doing was to hook up a couple of dancers with like motion sensors and stuff, and then my job was to just work with the data that they provided.
Okay, you're going to have to share that with me because being from Argentina, I like tango,
Right?
right?
Yeah,
So definitely you'll have to share that one
we'll
day. All
do.
right. Sounds good. Okay, but people didn't come here for tango or farming, although they are very exciting topics. They came here to learn about backups, releases, and version control, right? So I'm going to go ahead and
Absolutely.
share your screen right now. Here we
Great.
go. We
Thank
see your
you.
screen.
Perfect.
So Shivash, you can get started. Everybody else that you're watching live, if you have any questions, feel free to type them in the chat. I will funnel those questions with Shivash here. And Shivash, if I have questions, I'll jump in. So it's all yours.
Please do. All right. Thanks again, Marcelo. And hello again, everyone. Welcome to the third video, our third lesson here. And as Marcelo mentioned before, we're going to cover kind of three pretty important topics for us content authors, especially backups, versions, and releases. I think it makes sense to kind of start with backups because, it's always nice to know what kind of backup capabilities you have before going around playing with things and potentially messing things up, as I usually do. So let's just jump right into backups. As always, I'm going to be working with the demo space, which you all would have access to, right? If you don't know it, you just have to create a new space either by clicking here or up there. And then there you can just basically choose to play with the demo, and then you would have your demo space, okay? But I already have one, and I can go there. And in order to work with backups, you can just go to the apps tab here, and this will redirect you to Storyblok's app directory. So these are all the apps that you can install in each space then to use them. Now, if you don't remember from last lessons, a space in Storyblok is basically an individual independent content repository, right? So you can have many different spaces within your Storyblok account. And the way you would structure them kind of is that any kind of content that is related to each other should be fixed should be set to a specific space, right? So you should structure your spaces based on a project basis. Anyway, here you have access to all the apps, and as you can see, we have this app here called S3 Backups, backup content to your own AWS S3 bucket. So just go there. And there's just some info there that I'm not going to read right now, and click on install. It's going to take just a couple of seconds, and you can see it's already done. Just a side note, you can see here required plan advanced. That means you need at least the advanced plan to use this app. Although in the demo space, you can do whatever you want. All right, so now we have the S3 backup app installed in our space. Now to access it and to work with it, you have to go to your space settings, not your account settings, your space settings. It's right at the bottom here in your space. Just go there, and here on top, this tab is it's new because I installed the app. So if you would come here before, this backup tab wouldn't have been here. So if you open that, then you basically have the option to put all the info there and do your backup things. Just to give you a very short overview of how things work, you can set up your backups to work manually or automatically on a daily basis, or like a hybrid system, mix of both, which is usually what you do at the end. If I set everything up, then this button here, backup now, would light up, and I could actually use it. And by clicking there, you could manually do it. Or alternatively, you can check this box which says activate automatic daily backups. And then this drop-down menu comes out, which you can just choose any preferred time if you have that. and that's it. And then you're going to have that. Now, the way it works is, just without going into too much detail, of course, all your data is going to be backed up in your individual Amazon AWS S3 bucket, and then you can, use that backed up data anytime you want to restore your content. Just so you would know, for example, you can have all that data stored as a zip file, and then when you want to restore things, you can either overwrite the current space with the restored version,